All right, Kenman here, and today's unboxing is going to be an interesting one. Let's just get right to it. Before we start, this is not sponsored. I purchased this at retail price. I do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment down below. So yeah, this was an experiment. I don't know for those of you that have purchased things on Amazon before, but we had a party one time and wanted to try to find a game to play. And someone was like, oh, well, let's order one on Amazon. And we thought it was kind of funny. But before we know it, we found a couple games we liked. We ordered one, and it was delivered within a couple of hours. Long story short, Kenman, open the box. What did we get? I got a Kershaw right here and bag on the floor. Kershaw, what does this have to do with the story you're telling, Kenman? Well, if you go on Amazon, like I did, and I typed in knives, and then I typed in will ship today. And that was the experiment, was what could I order and actually get later on today and do a video for today. And so that was the experiment. Went on Amazon. There was actually about 15 or 20 knives that were on that list of ship today. And this Kershaw was one of them. I decided to pick it up, go for it. We got it. I had no idea I was ordering this knife all of 4 hours ago. And now it is here in the house. And I did not have to leave to make this happen. How interesting is that? Okay, open it up. Which one did we get? I do have several Kershaws I've opened on the channel here. We got a little scan for info for Kershaw and just the box on the floor and a mini bag on the floor. There it is. A little smaller, as I say often, than I thought it was going to be, but we've got it. Here we go. Today's knife, the quick purchase, the impulse buy, I need to have a knife in a couple hours and I cannot leave the house. Here it is. The Kershaw Misdirect. Boom. So the Misdirect is an assisted opening. So you can see there's that pressure. It just wants to push back. So you kind of have to get against that to pop it down. And then we have a flipper tab deployment. And then once you get a little hold of that assisted opening just fires it out. Just kind of start going and bow. Out she cooks. Who's got one of these? These are budget. That was another thing is you never know when you're going for that will ship today. Does that mean it's going to be inexpensive, expensive, high quality, low quality? Here we are. It was a fun experiment. Got a Kershaw. Let's check it out. What are we looking at today? It is a 4CR13 blade on there, so a little lower on the steel quality. Looks like it's got a hollow grind right in through there, which is nice. Feels thin and slicey. I'm not big on assists, but sometimes when you're getting in that budget realm, that's kind of the thing, almost. Okay, it's got this stainless steel frame scales. Sorry, my brain's shutting off on me. But be good for a nice KDK project. That's kind of another reason I'd opted to go for this option of the potential knives that we could have got today. Because that stainless right there is a nice little surface. We could do a cool laser mark on there. Anyone thoughts on a pattern or design or something I should put on there? Comment below. Tell me what you think. You can close this with one hand. You just got to kind of be able to get around it and get that pressure against that assist. You always want to be careful though. So it is a full frame lock. So the whole lock is exposed right there. There is some of it behind the clip. But generally, if it's exposed, As a lefty, if you push your thumb there, then sometimes that pushes pressure and you can't do like a flick. But this doesn't have a flick option, so really there isn't really any issue with putting some pressure on that lock with the deployments. So no issues with that. Pocket clip can be swapped to, it looks like 3 different locations. So it's currently in the righty tip up. You can put it in the lefty tip up, and then it also has a couple holes right there for the lefty or for the righty tip down, if that's your style. What's everyone think about this one? Enjoy these kind of quirky unboxings like this? Should I do another one? Hit the like button. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Not a bad little design. I have another couple Kershaws. Like I said, I've got one we're going to look at in a second. That this, I feel like it kind of mimics that just a little bit. But for just a simple flipper tab only deployment, not many options. It does open well. Feels nice in the hand. A little bit smaller knife. My pinky can kind of fall off the end of there. Not quite full size. Got some jimps. Couple little jimps on there. They feel okay. I am a jimp guy. I think send some jimps all the way out to here. That would be cool with me. But as far as if you need to get a cheapo and you need to get it in 2 or 3 hours and you can't leave the house, all those ticked boxes, then this one might work for you. This Kershaw right here. You could certainly get a little bit of work done on that. The blade does feel nice. That hollow grind, it's thinner. Leads to get a little bit smaller edge or thinner blade behind the edge. My God, man. So, for a budget knife, blade is solid, not moving, no play. That feels good. We can't really do much with the detent since it's assisted opening, but you kind of see where I'm pushing against it and it's pushing back. And eventually it's going to let go and go the other way. Boom. So you get it about there, and then it kind of, the detent or whatever kind of pulls her in. So you can kind of push a little against this and get it to partially, almost not. I thought I did that with, maybe it was with the right hand. You could see a little bit better. If I really try to open it slow, once it starts to go, it's going to go. I thought I kind of did something where I was see, you can kind of do that. I was pushing against the lock bar. That's why I was on here. And so then that pressure against there is kind of helping kind of pinch it shut. If I don't push on that, the second you get to it, it just shoots out. So that makes sense. That was an error on my part right there. Okay. Maybe a couple close-ups real quick here. Big old lanyard hole. Tons of space for that. All right. Let's get some credentials on this thing. Definitely not really quite a full size, smaller knife. Under 7 inches. It wants to be 7. 6, and it's over 6 7/8 though, so we're just about 7. 3-inch blade right to that tip. You could call it maybe a 3 1/4 if you were really pushing it. Cutting surface is right around 3 inches with a slight curve to that belly. And 3 and about 4 if you go right from tip to tip there. It's 4 inches on that handle. Definitely, like I said, not quite a full-size knife, but feels good in the hand. 11, pretty standard thickness for the blade. Looks like that 11 is going to go all the way out to there. So you get that nice thickness riding out to there, but then you have that hollow grind and that long point right there. That's nice. 4 CR is probably not going to stay too sharp too long. Here we are. You get what you pay for, and this was inexpensive, I'll tell you that. But like I said, we were going for expensive today, 0.39, pretty thin handle. We were looking for something that I could get absolutely right now without leaving the house. And attained. Compare everything with the Pyrite. CJRB Pyrite's a nice, not quite full-size button lock. EDC, excellent knife. They have many different versions of it. If you're interested, check that out. I do have an affiliate link with them and several other companies. If you check them out down below, use those links and make a purchase. It does help support the channel. Much appreciated. But yeah, this is a little bit, the Kershaw is a little bit smaller than the Pyrite. Actual cutting surface is a little bit longer because the Pyrite has that forward finger choil right there. But overall length, the Pyrite does have it beat by just a little bit. I have the Kershaw Iridium. It's a nice axis lock, crossbar style lock. Really fidgety, fun action from Kershaw. I was going to say this one, they do have a similar kind of look. Obviously, the Iridium is quite a bit larger, but the little lanyard and kind of the styling, I mean, they are different, but it's got a similarity that's like they're in the same family, brothers or sisters, you know. Iridium definitely shows that the Misdirect is definitely a little smaller of a knife. But yeah, what do we think about it? It's an inexpensive one. It is an assisted opening. It is 4CR. Some of those things are going to knock it out of foul ball for some, and others would be like, oh, that'd be a nice little beater I could keep in the car, use here and there. Or you had that emergency situation. You had a credit card number. You needed a knife. You couldn't leave the house, and you wanted it in the next few hours. Maybe try the Amazon special out. Let me know if I should do another one. If you want to check out the video on the Iridium, let's pop that up there for you. Kershaw does make some really interesting, cool stuff from the budget all the way up to the premiums. Yeah. If you're interested, check out the Misdirect. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.